So, of course, right when the Republicans are on the brink of actually doing something, right when they are on the brink of wielding their political power to impeach the president, to maybe try to wrest some power back from the liberals, they're going to distract us with a bunch of flying saucers. Of course we need a distraction. So now the House is going to hold urgent hearings on UFOs. They're here. Capitol Hill braces for the UFO invasion with an epic House committee hearing. That's right. We got it, baby. We're getting the UFOs over here. I have one question. I have one question about the UFOs. I'm going to put aside, I know Matt Walsh and I have an ongoing debate where I point out that extraterrestrial aliens don't exist and Matt says a bunch of nonsense. I'm not even having that debate right now. All I'm asking is this question. How come China doesn't have hearings on UFOs? How come Russia doesn't have urgent hearings, urgent meetings of the senior leadership about all the extraterrestrials, ET, coming to planet Earth? How come, if you look at a map of all the UFO sightings around the world, how come, I'm not saying all of them are in the West, in the United States and Europe, but how come the vast majority of them are? What's that about? Is this really an urgent thing? Do you really seriously believe that little green men are the most or even a remotely urgent problem facing our nation? Or do you think it is bread and circuses, distraction, perhaps sincere fantasy, but perhaps cynical distraction nonsense? Which do you think is more likely? Seems pretty clear to me. But, hey, former Pentagon officials, former intelligence agency people, they swear up and down that we in the United States, we're in possession of technology from outer space.
The objective here, I think, and the opportunity is for the American people to come to better understand why it is that so many in Congress actually take seriously the idea that there are UFOs, UAP, that are violating U.S. airspace, and the associated rumor, allegation that we may have in our possession off-world technology recovered from someone else's space program. I've been told that we have recovered technology that did not originate on this earth by officials in the Department of Defense and by former intelligence officials.
Notice it's always, I've been told by very credible anonymous people. One time, seriously, you're not going to believe this. My mother's cousin's best friend from work, her boss's nephew worked at a defense contractor, and he talked to the janitor who once overheard some kind of anonymous guys talking about how there are definitely UFOs. Yeah, and you can take that to the bank. So that's why we need to have these hearings. We need to have these hearings so that the American people can understand why members of Congress might believe in extraterrestrial aliens. Right now, text Knowles to 989898. We are days away from the Durban Accords, the greatest threat to the U.S. dollar's global dominance in the past 80 years. On August 22nd, BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are expected to announce the launch of a new international supercurrency, fully backed by gold or other commodities. This is part of their long-term plan to supplant the U.S. and the dollar as cornerstones of the global financial system. You can protect your IRA or 401k from the fallout from this landmark announcement by diversifying with gold from Birch Gold. Historically, gold has been a safe haven in times of high uncertainty, which is right now. When currencies fail, gold is a safe haven. How much more time does the dollar have? Protect your savings with gold. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, thousands of happy customers. Text Knowles, K-N-W-L-E-S, to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold. If a central bank digital currency becomes a reality, it will be nice to have some gold to depend on. Text Knowles right now, K-N-O-W-L-E-S, to 989898. Right now, go to ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles. If you are hiring, you're probably dealing with economic uncertainty. By definition, Now more than ever, it is important to hire the right people faster and more efficiently to keep overall costs down. Thankfully, ZipRecruiter is a hiring partner that is focused on you and your needs. From pricing to technology, everything that ZipRecruiter does is for you and what works best for you. Right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles. ZipRecruiter's smart technology identifies the best matches for your job and lets you invite candidates that you really want to apply to your job before other businesses can snag them. I absolutely love how straightforward their pricing is. You know what you pay for before posting your job, so you can stick to your budget with no surprises. Hire the best with the help of a partner that is all about you with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles. That is ZipRecruiter.com/Knowles. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. I'm not speaking ill of members of Congress. I like a great many members of Congress. Some of my dear friends are members of Congress. There are members of Congress who believe all sorts of things that are not true, not rational. There's a member of Congress who once, in a public hearing, asked if putting too many people on the island of Guam would cause the island to capsize. Okay, the fact that a handful of kooky congressmen think that ET is out there trying to make contact with us, that doesn't convince me. And the fact that anonymous deep staters, anonymous people whose job it is to conduct psyops, are anonymously telling us that there are little green men out there, I just don't believe it. Think about how the quality of cameras has improved in the last, forget the last 50 years, in the last 5 years, in the last 2 years. The quality of the camera on your iPhone could shoot in a super duper ultra high definition feature film. And yet the quality of footage of UFOs has remained exactly the same since 1945. There has been no improvement. It's always, for some reason, when the cameras, no matter how advanced they are, encounter aliens or Bigfoot, the footage gets really grainy. I don't know why that is. It's really strange. Just don't believe it, folks. Why would the government be putting this out there, though? I guess we have to address that question. Well, few reasons. One, it could be our technology, and we're trying to be cagey about it. 2, it could be the technology of an adversary. I don't really believe that. I don't think that China, for instance, has technology much more advanced than ours. Not yet, at least, though that's an issue that we'll get to in a second. It could be that actually we've depleted a lot of our defense infrastructure. And as China is rising so quickly, it could be that we're trying to bluff. I think it was Darren Beatty who made this point. He said that he thinks that the Pentagon and the deep state are just trying to bluff and convince China that we're in possession of ET technology. It's a little bit outlandish, but it's not as outlandish as little green men coming to Earth. The evidence for which is nil, it's zero. It's just the media. How do we know that there are little green men? Because the media tell you so, and because anonymous people at the Pentagon and shady figures in the intelligence agencies tell you so. The people who lie all the time, whose job it is to lie, are the ones who have convinced you that this is likely. Doesn't seem very likely to me. Seems like a nice distraction, huh? Who are we going to impeach? What are we going to do about immigration? Oh, is that? What about the failing economy? Oh, look, a butterfly. That's not a butterfly. That's a flying saucer. Boy, what a great clip that was. Now, up. Ring that bell. Make sure you subscribe to the Michael Knowles YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.